Welcome to episode 1 of Level 30. It is day 1 of the next 9 weeks, and day 1 is already testing my patience and my motivation. And this is when discipline over motivation comes in. Last night, my sleep score this morning was a 50 because last night we got woken up abruptly at 1 a.m. to the fire alarm and had to evacuate. Turns out it was a false alarm. So, sleep was not great last night. On top of that, it is pouring down rain today, which to me, I never want to do anything in the rain. But again, discipline over motivation. We are at the gym and we're going to do some legs. I will film exercises and then put reps in sets. And I'll also put it all in the description, so if you guys want to take the workout and use it, you are more than welcome to. Again, just make sure you are using it in a safe manner for yourself. If it is a move that you have not done or it seems a little bit advanced, go lighter, do it body weight, or just don't do it. Exercise should not hurt. Just remember that. Whenever I go to my actual gym, I can't film any talking videos because the music is so loud I'll get copyrighted. Which is good. The vibes are good here. I'm also going to have to probably walk on the treadmill because in order to get my 10,000 steps on a rainy day, we're going to have to take it to the treadmill. Let's go. Sweaty and done. It was very crowded in the gym today, and I think it's because it's raining. So it wasn't the exact workout I really wanted to do, but we got it done. We made it work. And I feel good. And I walked for only 20 minutes at the end. I'm only at 4,000 steps for the day, and it's 12:30. But I have to grocery shop and go do a lot of other things that involve walking, so I'll touch base at the end of the night to see if I need to walk a little bit more. My legs are toast. Felt good because I have not lifted in over a week. Don't come for me. I wasn't feeling it last week, but we're here. Let's go grocery shopping because we have no food. I don't think I'm going to do a huge grocery haul, but at least enough for dinner tonight and to get through tomorrow, and then maybe I'll probably have to do it again tomorrow night. All right, we're back from the grocery store. There's a lot going on. I have the air fryer and my robot vacuum going, so if you can hear a lot, that's why. This is just like a mini grocery haul. It's really only going to get us through like 2-3 days. Tonight I am going to make stuffed onions, a recipe I saw on TikTok. So I got a lot of onions and the rest of the ingredients for that, which is like parsley, some seasonings, all of that. And then I got some regular potatoes and sweet potatoes for some dinners throughout this week. I picked up some chicken. This is from Publix, and it's like one of their pre-marinated ones. It's chimichurri, so we're probably gonna have this for dinner tomorrow. Something quick, easy, pretty much already done. Then I got a slab of steak. We love steak around here. It's just so freaking expensive. I do Butcher Box, not sponsored. And that is usually where I get the steak from because it's much more affordable than the stores. And the quality of meat is pretty good. However, we don't have any more left and I think it ships next week. So we're stuck buying store meat for this week. Then I just got some guacamole. Normally I make my own guac, but just not feeling it right now. It just for like some avocado toast, and then we have some chicken tacos going right now, so we'll put this on those. Cottage cheese. Yes, I'm a cottage cheese girl. I'm not crazy with it though, like I see on the internet. I never used to get Good Culture, and if you don't really love cottage cheese, try this brand out because this brand, it's just so much better. So much better. I don't know how to explain it. I will usually do cottage cheese as like a snack. I don't go crazy and try to like make cottage cheese recipes. Sometimes I do, but lately I've been using it as a snack and dipping like some chips in it. And then eggs. We go through so many eggs in this house. I usually will buy my eggs from Costco, but there was a recall on their eggs, so here we are. We're like a little high protein quick lunch this week. I am thinking some turkey breast with some hummus on a little bagel sandwich. I used to always eat bagel sandwiches and they are good. So that's just something quick, easy I could have for lunch. And that's my little mini grocery haul. Thankfully, we live literally a mile from a grocery store. So we prefer to do smaller hauls throughout the week because we used to do like the one big haul on a Sunday, and we just noticed that food was just going bad too fast. American problems. If you know, you know. So we will kind of shop as we go throughout the week. Is that ideal? No, but ultimately one of us is always passing a grocery store on the way home, and it's inconvenient, but it's better for our wallets because we're not throwing away and wasting food. All right, it's 4 o'clock. I'm at 6,700 steps, so we're gonna watch some TV while I walk on my walking pad since it's raining outside and I can't really go for a walk out there. I am doing good on my water. I downed one of my water bottles so far and I'm working on the second. Let's walk. We hit our 10,000 steps for today. Now we're gonna stretch. And I'm gonna walk you guys through what I do and why I do it. We'll do a couple rehab exercises, but since I did legs today, I wanna focus more on mobility. Okay, first thing is never stretch cold, but I just walked for 30 minutes. So we're nice and warm. So for me, I have a lower back injury and a lot of my hips and muscles in my legs are very tight. This is stretching that I do for my back. My biggest advice is if you're recovering from an injury, stretching is not the answer for everyone, if that makes sense. If you're going to stretch a muscle for an injury, make sure that the muscle is actually tight, because sometimes it's not tight and it just needs to be strengthened. For me, I need it all. Something that I usually just start with to loosen up is just like some nice easy knee rocks. It just gets rotation through your lower spine and it feels good. Number one muscle that is usually tight in people with lower back injuries is their piriformis. So just like some self-tests that you can do on yourself is like putting your leg into a figure 4 and seeing how far this leg falls. So this is my left side. My left side is actually okay. But if you look at my right side, that knee does not go down. We're gonna fix it. Oh gosh. And I will do this for 30 seconds, and I will do it 3 times on each side. Stretching should be uncomfortable but not painful. Something that I will also do is called a nerve loss. Kind of hard to explain, but I have a lot of neural tension in my lower body. What you do is it's all in the foot. So your foot, this is pointed, this is flexed. You're gonna point your foot as you straighten your leg, and then you're gonna flex your foot as you bend your leg. So you're like painting with your foot. And I cannot get my leg straight, as you can see, because that is how tight my nerve is. And the most important thing with this is if you do experience like numbness or tingling, you shouldn't. So usually you just have to back off on your range of motion. And then I will do like 30 of these, just nice and slow on each side. My wife is watching some crazy movie, if you can hear a bunch of screaming in the background. Next is hip flexors. Mine are super tight and weak. There's a lot of ways you can stretch hip flexors, runner's lunge, all of that. And I will do all of that, but today I'm just gonna lay down and grab my leg. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I do here is I put the foam roller like right where your pants would go almost. So if you were wearing like normal pants, not high rise, and then bend my legs and then just slowly rock back and forth. Now I have a lot of tension like around my SI joints. And for those of you who don't know what SI joint is, it's basically where your pelvis connects to the lower half of your body. That's probably the best way I could explain it. So it just releases all of that and it feels so good. It's just a little hard to get into. Then we're gonna do some classic cat-cows. Ooh. My back popped. And don't make fun of me. I do not have mobility. Just because I am a physical therapist does not mean I'm perfect. I used to be a dancer and a gymnast, so something that is just like really hard for me to get away from is classic dance, gymnastic stretching. So I will still throw it in here and there because I like to do it. I also want to eventually get back to not like flipping in gymnastics, but like being able to do the strength portion that I used to be able to do, like press handstands and stuff. But it doesn't matter how strong I am right now, my flexibility will never allow me to be able to do a press handstand in this moment. So oh my, like this is as far as I can walk forward. This is so bad. All right, we're gonna do just a couple hip like activation almost exercises. If you have a low back injury, a lot of the basis of rehab is going to be around your hips because that is what supports your low back. Like I said, it's a combination of tightness and weakness and balancing it all out. A classic exercise that you will see physical therapists often start people on is a clamshell. The most important thing is to make sure you don't roll back so hips stay stacked, and then you just open up. and reps kind of depend on the goals. So since I'm using no resistance, I'm going to do higher reps. I'm going to do about 30 of these. Straighten the top leg and little lifts. Now this is like one of the reasons why I do Pilates 3 times a week, is because a lot of the exercises I'm doing now, we also do in Pilates. So Pilates is a form of rehab that will help my back. All right, we're gonna do one more exercise, and this is for my multifidus. Your multifidus is a muscle that is throughout your whole spine, and mine is like non-existent in my lower back. All fours with one knee on a higher surface and then one knee on the ground, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to shift your hips so that your other knee, this knee is even with this knee. It looks easy. If you have weakness, it's not easy. And the goal is to keep the weight in your hands even so that you're not like leaning over to get the job done. All right, we did it. We've hit my steps. Our steps finished my water, and then we had a pretty good day. We're gonna start cooking dinner. I'll show you. I'm not gonna show you the recipe because I don't know how it's gonna turn out because I've never made it, but I'll show you what it looks like. All right, here it is. Let's see how it tastes. Boom. That is all for episode 1, day 1. I hit all my goals for today, and all that's left is to read a little bit before bed. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Let me know below how your first couple days are going. Bye.